that we're having to kind of, especially, well, men and women, it's not just women, but because I'm a woman, I kind of, hello, everybody. So it is an interaction, and it is a live interaction. I just wanted to, this evening, maybe it's this week, I've been kind of prodded and provoked unintentionally. And I wanted to kind of, although I do put a shield up, I try to put a shield up, but there is this sense of, hello everyone, thank you for coming here live. Okay, I wanted to approach this because I find this, being empathic, having a feminine energy, having sensitivity. Does that make you a target to narcissism? Because I do feel, and this is from the bottom of my heart, this how I feel here, and also intuitively, that I am trying to help you guys to understand this. Okay, I've just done a personal reading which I'm uploading for one of my clients, and I kind of touched on this, and I thought, goodness, this is quite poignant to all of us, because narcissistic nourishment, that's what the subject that I want to approach here. Narcissistic nourishment, when you're first targeted by a narcissist, they look for sensitivity, vulnerability, and also this, as they see it, like feminine energy, which is gentle, kind, well, gentle, feminine, a high-pitched voice, as kind of a weakness. Can you believe that? Femininity, a weakness. But then doesn't that go back generations, that this the feminine, the masculine is more powerful than the feminine, whether that's male or female? If you've got this masculine energy, you are deemed as more powerful than the feminine energy. But you get female jockeys, female jockeys, and I'm not saying that females should be males or anything like that, not at all. Okay, there is female jockeys that when they're being interviewed after the race, they have their hair is long, it's blonde, and it's like they're so sweet and have a sweet voice, and they're very feminine. They have a very feminine energy, and yet they win these or they participate in these races, and they take off their helmet and their hair flops down and it's long and it's blonde, and they look all feminine. I think that's wonderful. I feel that's wonderful. So why do narcissists, I guess it's narcissists, see that as some kind of weakness? They see it as a weakness. They perceive a weakness because of the feminine energy. Now, and it should really be celebrated, I feel, the feminine energy. When you look at narcissists, they didn't have love from them. They have mommy issues, don't they? They have mommy issues, whether that's male or female. They have mommy issues or daddy issues. And so I guess they get to grow up to abhor femininity in a way. But and also, I'm not a feminist. I'm not trying to be a feminist here at all, okay? So I'm not trying to be a feminist. I'm just dealing with this because it's I'm going to upload that shortly. I'm not trying to be masculine, not trying to be feminine, just stating something here, okay? So the narcissist sees you and perceives you. You are full of this feminine energy, or you appear to be a man that's got lots of empathy and sensitivity. So they see you and they perceive that you are going to, you are going to supply all that they need to nourish them. Okay, not in a healthy way, in an unhealthy way. They see what you have. They perceive you as somebody who's very kind of empathic and sensitive and compassionate, and you are going to feed that void, nourish and feed and fill up that empty void of theirs. Okay. Why? Because they don't possess empathy. They do not possess compassion. They don't have boundaries. They rush over boundaries. You know, they don't respect your boundaries. Okay, they don't respect your boundaries, and this is why I bring this into my readings, because it's so, well, it's 50% of the male population. Is it 50%? It is, isn't it? In the USA, that are narcissistic. I think 25% women. It doesn't make many people normal, does it? Okay, so we have this phenomena at the moment, and there's a war. There is a war going on of empaths and narcissistic individuals. So it's not easy, guys, is it? Because you're confronted by this covert narcissist, and you've got to filter. Then you get this filtering system. Okay, before I get to know this person, I am going to filter. I've got this filtering system that I need to catch these people if I can, like that film Catch Me If You Can. He was a narcissist, wasn't he? Leo did that actor. Anyway, can't remember his name. DiCaprio. So it's kind of catch me if you can in this filter. If you can. So, okay, we get this narcissist who nourishes from your compassion, your pain. Okay, your pain. They find nourishment from your pain. I'm going to say no more, because that's what it is. They get nourishment from your pain, your emotional pain, your physical pain. Why do they do that? Because they do that because it makes them feel, they go, when they get that physical, emotional pain from you. And the way they do that is they actually, when they meet you, they look for your vulnerabilities. They look for something that triggers your anxieties. That's what they search for. Let's put it another way. They look for that switch that triggers your anxieties. And they, it's vulnerabilities. They see it as a vulnerability that triggers an anxiety. Let's say you're a single mom. You meet this guy, and he's so lovely. He's love bombing you, and it's like, oh, when do you want me to fix that light for you? So already he's looking for your vulnerabilities, that you cannot fix your own light. You cannot fix your own drains up there. You can't get up a ladder. So he's already sussing out that I'm a masculine and she's feminine, so that is a vulnerability. And let's not forget that actually it is, femininity is a vulnerability to a narcissist. Okay, so they home in on that. Oh, I'll fix that light for you. Oh, I'll screw that in for you up there. And when you meet that person, it's like, wow, I've met a guy that wants to do my DIY. That's great, and wants to get up into the bonnet of my car and all of this. But what you don't realise, and I've actually experienced this from friends, families, that they actually do sabotage these things, okay, because they know this is how they test your vulnerability, your anxiety levels. I know someone, a friend, who started off with this, like, I will fix this, I will fix this for you, and I will fix this for you. And this like getting to kind of rely on this person as like their DIY, someone to fix up their house and things like that. So now there was a big ticket item here that actually broke down. Okay, now I'm talking about a boiler, a great big boiler, gas boiler, and when you've got 2 kids and it's the middle of the winter and you need that to heat up the home and the central heating and all of this, and you suddenly come home from your work and you switch on and there's no there's no boiler, there's no gas boiler, there's no hot water, there's no central heating, and it's like minus 15 outside. So this narcissist has got you to kind of rely on them. And then the first person, who do I call here? Who do I call here? Okay, this person has been fixing my house, so I'm sure you won't mind me calling, because you're thinking that they've done it from the bottom of their heart, from the goodness of their heart. So you're ringing them. Can you, oh God, I don't know what to do. I've got my kids are shivering. I can't get them in the shower. And you're crying and you're saying, I've got no heat. I can't afford to get a guy in to come and fix it. What am I going to do? And, you're crying and it's like, it's difficult for you because you can't afford it. You're a single mom. So this person, this narcissist, says, okay, I've switched that anxiety button on. I'm on my way. So this person comes along and, with their spanner and all of this, and voila, it's fixed. And it's like, and then this is where the validation comes in, the narcissistic nourishment. It's like, oh, you're amazing. You're wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I adore you. And you shower them with kisses and, oh, please stay for dinner. Like, let's, let me get you some beers in. Thank you so much. Now, this friend of mine, she was so lovely like this, okay, that this guy was like in the element of this nourishment he was getting from this woman, okay. Not only the upset and the pain at the beginning, but also actually congratulating him, saying you're an amazing person, that, oh, look what you've done. Now that was the first incident, okay. And then there was other things, big ticket items, okay, that she couldn't cope without. And one time it was actually the car, okay. There was some major problem with the car. And he said something like, well, did you make sure you put gas in there, petrol or diesel? Was there, and she's thinking, well, it's like that ghosting, gaslighting. Well, I put petrol in. I normally put petrol in. I don't, I wouldn't get that confused. And, the next minute it's like, well, I'll kind of look at your car for you and see, because I know a little bit about cars, and it's like, oh, you put diesel in your car, and now it needs to be all flushed out, and it's a good job you've done that before you've started to drive it. I'm thinking, actually, I did drive it, so maybe I've damaged the engine or something. And it's like, oh, no, I think so far it's okay. So it's like building up this drama all the time. And, when there's this anxiety, in fact, I was in the presence of when that happened. And I saw my friend being absolutely distraught about whether she had put diesel in. And I'm going to her, sure you did put diesel in. And I'm actually questioning her too, of her mentality. No, I did put diesel in, and I wouldn't do that. I'm very careful, and surely I wouldn't have done that. But I have been stressed out lately with the boiler went. And I could see the smoke, and I actually picked this up. Actually, I could see the smoke on his face, as she was getting very anxious and panicky, about it. He was like kind of a weird sense here of gratification. And I noticed that. I looked and I looked again, and I looked and I looked again. I pretended not to notice it. Thank you so much for your donation, Nancy. You're so generous. That's it. So you want a little reading there? Okay. Well, I'll answer that in an intuitive sense, okay, and we'll carry on with this. I'll just finish off this scenario here. Yeah, that I have to say, there's a big phenomena of narcissism, and it's become a war, actually. That's how bad it is at the moment. It seems as if life is all a game. It's like it seems for some people, like this situation with the gas boiler and the car and all of this, but that is a little bit extreme, but this is as far as it could go. It's all a game, it's all sport, it's who can win this game, who can get, or what, it's one-upmanship all the time with these people. It's a game, okay? So here you are in this game, you don't even know the game. You don't even know the game is going on, because they think they've got power over you, because you're unaware that they are literally majorly playing you, on a big level. So anyway, there was like, oh yeah, we caught it in time, and it was, I don't even think that even happened. I don't even think that my friend put this diesel in a car at all. I think he made it up. He took it to the garage. They said, no problem, flush it through. He came back and he said, don't worry, I've dealt with it. I've paid for everything. They flushed it all through. It's a good job you didn't drive it too far. And they said there were some kind of, so it's okay, don't worry. Didn't get to your engine. And again, he was like the god. He was Mr. Perfect. He was the best man in the world, and he got his narcissistic nourishment. Okay, and things like this kept going wrong, and it's the sort of things that would panic you. Okay, your car, the boiler, the central heating system, all those big things that cost an absolute fortune to get fixed, because this single mom couldn't afford to even feed her kids, never mind buy a boiler for like $5,000, So just looking at your comments here. Yeah, Trumpty Dumpty, yeah, absolutely. So they do kind of play these big kind of grandiose kind of, they put on this big grandiose show of, and make it out to be some other force that's caused this problem. And they come along like the knight in shining armor, to actually sort the whole show out. And then you kind of, the partner is like, oh my God, you're amazing, And this just feeds that narcissistic hollow kind of shell. Not only do they feed off the misery that it causes, but they also feed off that praise that they get for fixing it. And they like to see that anxiety building up, that, in you, oh my God, the boiler's gone. We've got no water. We've got no central heating. And, so these kind of people sabotage. They sabotage to actually get narcissistic supply. So what they do, this is how they look for your vulnerabilities. Now, that's a single mom, but it could be vulnerabilities in terms of what actually gets you stressed out. They've watched you, they've looked at you, they've studied you, and they know if they think that you are having trouble financially and you're struggling financially, they know that that's going to be a trigger. So they start to work on that, and they know that you're at your lowest ebb financially, possibly. So then they'll say, oh, I got somebody banging at my door asking for you about about money. And, it's all a big lie. It's all a big lie. And you'll say, what? Who was that? Did they tell you their name? What happened there? And so, you're starting to escalate this feeling, which is your adrenaline, your cortisol levels actually hit the roof at this point when they're saying this to you. And this is what they like to enjoy watching, is this cortisol levels building up in you, your heart pumping like crazy, causing you health problems, your adrenaline just kicking in like fight and flight. And that's what they like to observe. And it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean there was a person knocking at the door? Tell me, explain to me more. What do you mean? And it's like, and they're standing back watching, and it's like you'll get the silences in between as well. So, they know that you want an answer to that. So they'll get quiet and wait a few minutes before they answer. And it's all kind of manipulation. And you say, tell me, who told you that? Who did that? Who was that? And then they will start to, well, I don't know, I will find out. I don't know who it was. I will find out, okay? And they've got this very calm voice, and you're going crazy. And they're just feeding off this pain of yours, which is killing you. This pain is killing you. It's high cortisol levels. It can cause heart attacks. It's high adrenaline levels. After this, it will be adrenaline fatigue. And that can cause all sorts of health issues. Okay. And this is what they're doing on a daily basis, is causing these health issues. And this is what they nourish off, is this build-up of this cortisol levels, this adrenaline, fight and flight mode, because it's something that you're very kind of concerned about. What do you mean somebody came knocking at the door asking for money, and they know that you're struggling financially? Or they will say all these things. They know that's going to trigger you. And this is what narcissists do. They will go out of their way. If you're on holiday having a fantastic time with friends, they will call you on your mobile. And I know how to spoil this. Although this person's away from me, I know how to spoil this. Did you know somebody came at the door, knocking at the door, asking for you, saying that, if you don't give them the money, they're going to do this, do that? And you're thinking, you know, that kind of thing, because they've studied you. They know what's going to trigger you, and they know that's going to boil this up, this cortisone, this adrenaline. Now, what cortisone levels do, if they're high constantly, you start to put weight on. You start to, your body starts to, you know, hold on to the fat with cortisone in your bloodstream constantly. And if you're away from them, if you get away from these people, you start to lose weight, okay? And your adrenaline keeps a hold of your energy and your sugars and all of that, just in case, you know, you have this emergency again. So this constant heightened, you know, anxiety levels that they keep you at, they don't even think about the health issue, the health problems that this is causing. They just like to watch that rise in you. They like to see that rise in you. I don't care about the health issues, the heart issues, how old you are, how this is going to affect you. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. They don't care if you have a heart attack and you drop down dead while they're feeding off you. In fact, while you're dying on the floor with a heart attack, they would actually be taking all that in, because that's pain, okay? That is physical pain. Okay, so okay, so let's have a look here. Let's answer that question for you, Nancy. I wasn't going to do super chats here. I'm actually doing a narcissistic, you know, because it's important that we educate each other about this. But Nancy Saxton is saying here, thank you for your donation. Will MRI show exactly what's going on with my ankle? I broke. Yeah, it's difficult. Okay, what I'm picking up here intuitively, the bones around the ankle are very intricate. Okay, and this is why they do this MRI. Now, the bones in the ankle are very hard to fix too, okay? The ankle bit, there's so many bones together, and it's like a little jigsaw puzzle on your ankle with full of, you know, the bones. Yeah, it's feverish, yeah. They cannot just fix your ankle bones because there's so many in that area. That the MRI will actually show the exact point of this fracture, okay, and they will actually be able to do something about that, okay. It must be painful, and it is painful for a broken ankle. Sometimes I would say it may take a few visits, maybe a few kind of invasive treatments like operation surgery, to actually correct that, but you will correct it in the end. Very difficult area to fix is the ankle, okay. So yes, the MRI will show exactly what's going on with your ankle. And yeah, it will kind of, you will get these, you get shooting pains, don't you, up your leg. I think there's a nerve involved there too. So, and which is making you a little bit shaky and shivery, because it's like diverted kind of pain. Does that make sense? Your body does not know how to deal with it, so it knows that it's getting these triggers from the nervous system, which is down in your ankles, and it's shooting up your leg. But your body is shivering because it's kind of does not know how to deal with it, you know. So yes, it does need correcting too. There is a fracture there, and it does need correcting, you know, and it does need treating. You will get that sorted out with the MRI, okay, and it will actually show where this is, okay. Okay, so there you go. That's the answer to that question for you, Nancy. Okay, I'm not doing, but if you want to do a super chat. Okay, so you've got a number of broken areas in your foot. Oof, what happened there? Yeah, you develop rheumatoid arthritis. Well, I just feel it's such a trick. Your foot feels quick, a little bit deformed, like it's twisted, doesn't it? I feel there's a nerve as well in there somewhere, a little bit trapped. They will. It's a tiny little bone which is quite inside and concealed. They will sort that out for you. Okay. Okay. So. Okay, well, oh, sorry, yeah. Thank you anyway for that donation. This is I'm putting myself out there really just with this narcissism. Narcissistic nourishment. It's really the narcissistic nourishment is actually observing all of these chemicals that rise within you, which is unhealthy, which can kill you, by the way. Your cortisone levels, your adrenal glands, and all of these things, your adrenaline, very major kind of hormones rushing around your body. And this person doesn't give a damn about this. They're just watching that rise in you. And this done on a regular basis, watching this, they have to do something pretty major for this to start to rise. Over time, that can kill you. They actually are capable of killing you through these games that they play. So I want you to be aware of that. They feed off your sensitivity. They feed off the pain of, they up the ante too. If you're not in the vicinity, they will call you. If it's a mother-in-law, a father, an ex, they may call you out of the blue just to get a rise out of you. And it's difficult not to, when they say something like that's major, to not respond. And then afterwards you realise, oh my God, I responded to that. And that's actually made that person feel good. They were probably bullied today by some work member and they've just passed that on to me. Or they've got a rise out of it. It's made them feel good to make me feel bad. Okay. So I'm going to say to you guys, thank you for your live interaction there. I'll just have a look here. Susan the Vulcan, when you're genuinely kind, people tend to take advantage of you. Well, they shouldn't, should they? Why can't you just be? Why are you kind of seen as simple and stupid because you're kind? Yeah. So let's have a look what else here. Yeah, everything was everyone else's fault. Yeah, absolutely. And if they've had a bad day, and this is another thing that they do, I don't feel they do it consciously either. It's like unconsciously. If they've had a bad day at work, and they need some, and you was that target that they normally, like a scapegoat, that they normally took this out of and made you feel bad about something, they will kind of say, oh my God, I had to deal with this for you. And you say, and it's like they create drama for you to feel this horrible feeling of anxiety, and that you feel like a failure, and that why what do you mean? Tell me about it. And they make you very nervous and anxious, and they feed off it. And they do that because they've had a crap day at work. Somebody made them feel like that at work, so they want to actually dump that on you. So when that happens to you, when they manage to do that, and you start to rise and get very upset, and you even get into tears, they make you have tears, and then that makes them feel, oh God, I'm so glad I've made you cry, because that's made me feel good. That's what they're like. They're abusers. They are abusers. And they're narcissistic, so they hate people doing that to them. And they can't do anything about it because it's a work situation. So they come home and they'll take it out of their partner in any way. They're just evil people. They really are. Gaynell Gordon, they suck out your soul and then spit it back at you broken and confused, and treat you like it's your fault that it didn't taste good. Yeah. And okay, I've got here Susan the Vulcan. I had a man try to force me to bend to his wishes and his control, so I had to depend on him. Plus made me feel like I was less than. Yeah, they do that. I'm not blind though. I'm very observant, and I'm very capable. Most of us are, and that's why they choose us, because they know that we're capable. But they look for things that you're not capable of doing, like fixing that gas boiler, like fixing your car. Your tire. Your tire's been slashed. Did you know that? Possibly have done that. This narcissist has done that themselves just to make you feel inadequate. Okay. And this is what they do, guys. It's just absolutely horrendous. And Susan Fulcrum, right now I've chosen to give myself stability and keep those others at arm's length. Absolutely. I'm too wise and ahead of their games. Absolutely. They still try to get into, bypass that filter. They really do. Yeah. It sounds like, it just sounds like I'm paranoid, but I'm not paranoid. People who've not experienced narcissistic abuse have not got a clue what I'm talking about. They have not been educated. They will be educated about this one day, because it affects everybody. It really does. And maybe somebody in your family, if you've not, I know I've got a narcissistic brother, I've got a narcissistic sister, but I don't say anything because they've chosen another scapegoat. But I know what that's about, but I just go along with it. That kind of thing, so I don't get targeted. I think if you have been through this experience, thank you, Nancy, for that donation. Thank you. Let's read some more here, because this is quite poignant, isn't it, when we've got 50% of population in the US like this. Hi, Yvonne. I've just ended things with a narcissist yesterday, played me all along. And hello, Anne-Marie. And on this dating site, other women, now I think they have a new source of supply, and I've been put on the back burner. Well, it won't work out with a new one, will it? If you look at it that way, it's not going to work out with a new person. Never does. It's like a cycle with them, Then they start to blame the women that they're dating. Oh, you want to see me in the karaoke bar? I've not been going to the karaoke bar for a few nights because I can't drink. So, and I get up and sing on the karaoke when I've had a couple of drinks. I do. And one of the songs that I sing, which you're going to be quite shocked about, is Jimi Hendrix. I sing Jimi Hendrix when I've had a few, and I'm screaming my head off, Watchtower. Okay, you don't want to see that. Honestly, you don't want to see that. but that's what I do in the karaoke. So yeah, maybe I may while I'm here, and if I do go to the karaoke bar, I'll take my camera and show you. Okay. Okay, Jellybean, hello. A lot of trauma for me now to heal. Have been sobbing buckets, but today I feel stronger, and I feel sorry for the poor cow that's on the scene now. Doubt she has a clue what's ahead. Oh, they enjoy the challenge. I think what they like to do is they like to dupe you. I think they like that idea of you not knowing what they're truly like underneath. And they don't realize that that is a mental illness. You know, they get off on hiding who they are underneath and having this lovely persona and like duping you and lying to you and cheating on you. And they get off on that. But what they don't realize is that is a renowned mental illness. That is a personality disorder when you're hiding some kind of sick thing behind the real person or the persona. And they do actually, Kristen D. They enjoy breaking somebody with intelligence and success. Absolutely. They like to pull the rug and they want to see you homeless. They want you to lose everything. And that's another reason what they get off on. I don't care what how you love them and how much you have supported them. They don't care about that. I just want to destroy you. That's what this is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, it's a good release. It's singing Jimi Hendrix song, The Watchtower, is a great release of your own stress, Okay, Ukrainian legacy. No human-to-human interaction. They see everybody as just a profile picture. Absolutely. Not an actual human being behind the computer screen. Yeah, absolutely. What a way to put that. That's brilliant. Okay, that's a brilliant way to put that. And yeah. Actually, it was just the other day I don't want to mention it actually. Just the other day I got a phone call trying to extract something from me again. Yeah, that is absolutely true, Jellybean. They are insecure and need attention from lots and lots of women to validate themselves. That is true. But what I'm trying to say is they are covert. They're hiding who they've got this outer shell which looks trustworthy, and they hide who they are inside, and behind this mask that they are scheming and manipulative, and all they want to do is extract a response from you or attention from you. And because what that does is just feed that ego. It's all ego driven. In fact, do narcissists have egos? I'm not sure. Yeah, psychic vampires. Okay. And there's always a price. If they give something to you, it's not unconditional. There's a price tag to it. And Kirsten Deasy bought flowers to my mom and asked her to go with him to pick out an engagement ring because I moved over 2,000 miles away. When I returned home to him, he kicked me out after one night. Yeah. That's another thing they do. They get you to move to another country, to another state. And when you do that, it's like a challenge. It's like a test. I'll get you to do that because that's going to validate me if you do that. And then when you do it, they kick you out, make you homeless, because, you know, they just want, at the end of the day, they just, it's sick. They just want to destroy you, okay? And yeah, there's so many comments here. Thank you for this. So you blame social media, possibly a reason why, okay? Because you get lots and lots of, I guess that on a dating site, you get lots and lots of pictures which objectify people and, you know, doesn't show them as a real person. Like if you go out to a bar or an art gallery or something like that, you're actually a person, a real human being that this person has got to approach and talk to. But when it's just all pictures, it like objectifies, doesn't it? Yeah, you could be right there, okay? Why would anybody want to destroy another human being? Because they want to be that person. When they feel that they have extracted when they've mirrored that person and they've copied that person and they've stolen their identity, although the person does not realize this, okay, this person has stolen the identity. They've gone off to their work colleagues and family, and they're pretending to have they've got this identity, which is you. So what they're doing is using your identity to socialize and to make friends and interact with others. So they've slowly taken that from you, copied that, and using your identity. And family members notice this. They see this as, oh, you've changed. Oh, maybe it's the person you're seeing. That's why you've changed. Well, that's good, because, you know, if they're having this positive effect on you. But if they know this person and they can see this switching of identities quite a lot, which families should be aware of. I think most families know. Most families of these people know. When they meet somebody, they change their identity and they think, okay, they've adopted that identity. They've become that person. So when they've done that, okay, I'm going on to why they destroy people, okay? And you probably know this anyway. So when they've worked on you and they've stolen your identity and in a kind of social scene and friends and family, and when they've attracted lots of people and secondary supplies, because they use your identity to draw secondary supplies, lots and lots of secondary supplies. And because they see you when they first meet you, they just want to be you. They want to be you. They want to be that amazing, independent, confident person. So don't put yourself down when you're chosen by a narcissist, because narcissists, they choose somebody they want to be. They admire them. They want to emulate them. They want to be that person. So they work on they observe you, they mirror you, they observe everything about you, your mannerisms, the way you speak, the way that you project yourself, the discussions that you have, the interests that you have, the passions that you have. They will steal all of that, everything about your identity, and they will copy that. And they will say if you like me, I like to travel. And I love Europe, and I love Greece as I'm here. This person will take that and everything you've said about Greece, everything that I've said about Greece, and they will take it because they admire that about you. They steal that and they take that to this social group that they want all these secondary supplies, and they'll woo them, and it's crazy. It's called personality disorder, okay? This is a disordered person that does not have their own personality. They don't have any personality. They don't have any personality. They don't have any empathy or compassion. They don't have anything. They're a shell, okay? And it is sad. But once they've stolen that identity and you're just like, You're just with them like a partner, like a girlfriend, and you're thinking, wow, this person's really into me. They're copying me. They're mirroring me. They are copying everything. It's so sweet, you know. They even like the same food as me. They like the same movies as me. They like to go to, they're interested in everything that I do. But in that time, they're stealing your identity. And then when they've stolen your identity, or they feel that they've extracted your identity onto themselves, they then actually destroy you, because I'm you now. I am you now, and you are me, and I'm going to destroy you because I've stolen your identity. This is how they think. So at that point, they are hell-bent on destroying you. In whatever means they want to do this, which is like Kirsten D said, she traveled 2,000 miles. So in that time, he'd stolen your identity. And when you got there, he made sure that he destroyed you, because I'm you now. Okay. Yeah, that's what they do. And that's why they destroy people. Okay. Okay, so guys, that's the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed it. It looks like you did. It's not about enjoying it. It's just really being enlightened. And I just want to finish off here to help you get onto the right, correct road for you after narcissism, okay, or if you've dealt with narcissism, is, let's just say, Ali Jack, they can only destroy you by keeping you blinded to the truth. That is the only way. Otherwise, they will not have a chance. Well, no. If you've got a solid identity, you're just going to bounce back, guys, okay? So don't worry about that. They chose you because you've got a strong identity. And if you've got a strong identity and you do see yourself, you end up homeless, like nowhere to go, and things like that, and they try to destroy it, there's no way you're going to be destroyed for long. You'll just bounce back with this true, authentic identity, which is all yours, okay? All yours. Okay, yeah, lots to learn here. I'm going to do more like this, okay? And I'm trying to reach out to help you guys. Yeah, lots of people. Like I said, it's a phenomena at the moment. It's a workplace, partners, people who empty shells, basically, walking around with stealing other people's identities. And they zoom in if they see you with an identity, if they see you with a solid core, an authentic core, and they see that, they want to destroy that because they don't have that. They don't have that. That's why they want to destroy you. So to actually prevent yourself from these kind of people, or if you've gone through some experience with a narcissist, what you need to do, the next step, is to focus, because that's not working, is it? In your life, these narcissistic people are not working in your life. So you go no contact with these people and focus on what they wanted to distract you from, which is you, your life, your passions, your interests, and all of that, okay? That's what they wanted to distract you from, because they're so jealous of that, okay? So go back into yourself, your own passions, your interests, okay? And look at what's working for you. What works for you in your life? What works for you? What makes you happy? What actually makes you passionate about life that they can never experience? You need to refocus on that, what works for you, and build on that more and more and more, and make your core even stronger, okay? And that's what I'm going to finish off with here, is focus on what works for you and not works for other people, because that's what empaths do. Don't focus on works for that people. You're going to fix that person, and I want to make sure what works for that person. No. Focus on what works for you, and build on that, because if you build on something that works for you, what do you feel is going to happen there? What do you feel is going to happen if you build on something that works for you? You're just going to make your life even more stronger and secure, because you know truly what works for you as a human being, as an authentic person. So that makes you stronger, and that makes you more kind of enlightened to you, okay, and what works for you as a person. So I'm going to say thank you for being here, guys. Yeah. Don't participate in people like that. Okay. And I'll just finish off with Fuzzy Kiwi. Hello. Choose yourself and your own happiness over walking on eggshells to try to understand nonsense. Wow, that's perfect. Okay. That is out of your control. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well put. So I'm going to end it there with one of those comments there. Thank you for being here, guys. And just to finish off, if you'd like your own intuitive reading, okay, I actually have a daily special if you want to take advantage of that. It's 30 minutes for $35. And that's Skype, Google Hangouts, or if you want a video reading, that's a video reading. So that's like it's going to be a special for today. So if you're interested in that, I may extend that actually for the next few days. But if you want to take advantage of that and have your own personal reading on your own personal situation, and me look into this intuitively, get to meet me on Skype and Google Hangouts, please give me an email. My email address is sixsensetarot@gmail.com, and I will put that in the descriptions box at the bottom. I also do coaching too, if you're interested in continuous coaching, which I have a few clients for. So sending you lots of love, lots of blessings, and you take care, guys, and peace, okay? Peace. And work on yourself, your own inner core, and what actually works for you, okay? Send you lots of love, lots of blessings, and bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.